So according to the UN organization, there are currently 1.8 billion young people between the ages of 10 and 24 in the world. And since 1999, August 12 annually celebrates youth as essential partners in change. So we invited Janelle Paul, who's over there because she said she wanted my job. She's a final year mass comm student at NCU. David Salmon is right there, recent graduate at Wolmer's Boys, still love him. And Jeremy Anderson, a third year hospitality and tourism management student at UTech. And of course, with us is the host, Simone Clark Cooper.
Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
So Janelle, morning everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
In a serious way, this is what you want to do?
It is. It really is. I didn't know until I started NCU because, like, growing up, I would always be in front of the camera. So I got my own video camera when I was around 8 years old, and then I started filming myself doing a whole bunch of things, dancing and singing. And then it was when I started NCU that I was like, I could probably do this for the rest of my life.
Okay, well, obviously that's not the reason you're here.
No.
You're here to give us some views as young people.
Definitely.
Where do we start? What do you want to hit first? Corruption? Yeah, start there. Let's start there.
Corruption.
Yeah.
So my views on corruption in Jamaica is that it is an unfortunate aspect of our country's political history, but it is not a new aspect of our history. So, for example, if we look back even up to 30 years with J.A.G. Smith, who was the first and only minister to be implicated and further prosecuted for corruption, it has been there almost since the genesis of our independence. It's unacceptable how it has continued, because even how we have fallen on the Corruption Perception Index by 2 places since 2017 to 2018. However, I believe that as youth, we are the voice that keeps the whole system accountable, and that is where I think we need to move on, going forward.
Okay.
Is this some of the stuff you write about in the youth league, David?
Well, interestingly enough, I write numerous articles in the Gleaner, and I'm heavily involved in the Youth Link. So I even have 2 articles in today's Gleaner on early childhood education, how we can improve on the current level of our education system as well. I've also written on students as well and the success of other students, because I believe it's good to highlight
Success stories.
general success across the board.
Let's switch again. Sorry,
David, you have a lot of views on corruption, and I listened to you speak. You're obviously keeping quite close. You're talking about the perception index, and I wonder if Janelle and Jeremy, do you follow this closely? Are you political animals? Do you care about what's going on with politics in Jamaica?
I hear about it and I care about it, but I'm not a political animal. But one thing I know about corruption is that it's going to be hard to beat. And it's not just seen in large institutions, it's local. So it's as simple as if you're speeding on the highway and you get stopped by a police officer, all you need to do to get out of a ticket is buy them something to drink. Or if you're in a position of power, you can give your friend a bly so they can come into the institution. So it cheats someone who probably is more qualified than your friend out of the opportunity to prove themselves.
Well, based on what you're saying, you think it's systemic. Because if you think it's systemic, so you think all you need to do to get out of a ticket is slip a squad of money?
Sometimes,
yeah.
if it's presented.
Jeremy, your thoughts?
My thoughts on it, I think it's the perception of it. My problem with it is that corruption is evident. It's evident in the political system, and youth know about it. We see it every day. My problem is we see a lot of scandals pop up all the time, but then it just dwindles away in media, and then we don't hear anything about it, and then we wonder where all this money gone and what happened, and then the story's not picked up, or nobody's prosecuted, or nobody's held accountable. That's where my problem with it is at this moment. No accountability is taking place. So I do give credit to the agencies. I believe they are working, but I just want to see more accountability. Persons owning up, or the organizations, right, being held accountable for what they have done.
Jenny, I want to go back to that police analogy. I don't know if you're suggesting that I, the driver, would offer the police some money, or or if the policeman would ask me for money. But who is corrupt there?
Both.
Okay.
If you engage in buying the police officer a drink, or if you offer to have the drink bought for you, because it shouldn't be that the cost of justice is the same price as a beer. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
All right. Janelle, you say you got your first video camera when you were 8 years old. You guys were kind of born in the technological age. You're indigo children. I think there's a phrase that refers to the young people who are born in the age of technology, which is why you're so easily and readily able to interact with the technology without even being taught.
Right.
Has that opened up new doors, opportunities, avenues for you? Obviously it has for you because you're gone into media. You used to record yourself and you're like, oh, now I can do this. But it was at your fingertips, the tools,
Right.
to get it done. So are you enabled by this, or is this technology thing becoming too addictive and widespread and has more negatives than positives?
Well, personally, I believe it has more positives than negatives because, like you said, it has opened up a wide variety of opportunities for young people. So, for example, a couple of my articles have been recommended to me via Instagram where I post a picture of someone and say, it will also be good to interview this person as well. That's an example of how technology has helped. In high school, for example, I was involved in the Jamaica Prefects Association as president, and how we kept into contact was through the WhatsApp groups that we had across the board. So it has definitely facilitated easier communication, and overall it has facilitated greater connectivity. So definitely more positive than negatives.
Outside surgeon?
Yeah, for me, it has more positives than negatives in my putting it from a university perspective. You have persons now who are in Jamaica studying from. I was just speaking to somebody backstage, and they were saying that they're now studying, doing their masters here in Jamaica at Howard, and they're studying from Howard. So it has more positive than negative. But putting it in a Jamaican perspective, I think Jamaicans have not used technology to benefit themselves, to create jobs, businesses, and stuff like that. Technology has literally brought the world to our fingertips. We can now sell products to somebody who is in Dubai or in China. So, but I think Jamaicans spend a lot of time on social media and have realized that you can now monetize your Instagram stuff, accounts and stuff like that to earn from it. So I think we're spending a lot of time interacting with the different websites and not trying to monetize from it.
Speaking of job opportunities, let's go there for a minute or two. And you hear the word that you leave university, can't get a job, stuff like that. What are your thoughts on job opportunities for young people like you? Let me start with you, Janine.
I think that young people need to realize the different opportunities that are being presented. Like, for example, Jamaica is now more environmentally responsible. So that opens up a floodgate of opportunities. You can use that to your advantage for economic reasons. You can go into like public relations. You can use that to your advantage to create a job for yourself, in a sense.
It sounds almost like you're saying that there are job opportunities
There
for
are.
young people leaving university, unlike what a lot of people are saying that they are not. So you are disagreeing with the fact that...
I am disagreeing to an extent because, for example, if I studied teaching, there would be somebody somewhere to tell me that, oh, you're not going to get no job by the time you leave, or like I'm in media right now, and there are so many persons that I'm surrounded by that say, oh, you're not going to get no job by the time you graduate. Nobody no want no camera woman, nobody no want no producer. But that's just not true, because if you look, there are opportunities.
Especially with the way media is now, with how much radio station and how much...
David, your thoughts on that? Sorry.
Well, I believe that, yes, there are opportunities. It might not be in the ideal area of employment. However, there are opportunities. And if there aren't any physical opportunities, I see the examples of young people who make their opportunities, those who start their own businesses as well, and even use social media to enhance those businesses as well. So it's not the perfect place where we want to be. It is getting better. So, for example, you can see unemployment is at its lowest in our history,
Correct.
at 7.8%. So it's getting better. And if there aren't opportunities, as intuitive young people, we can make our
But
own
when you
opportunities.
say not in your area, say if I want to be a doctor and I study to be a doctor and I leave work, I want to be a doctor. What you mean? I mustn't bother with it and just turn
No,
something.
absolutely not. You should pursue your passion. But my philosophy is that if you're really passionate about it, you're going to facilitate your own social mobility in it.
Okay.
Let's talk about, you just talked about, again, unemployment being where it is, which is a positive indicator, lowest ever. Talking about Vision 2030 and making Jamaica the place to work and live and raise families and do business. Are you all positive on your outlook of Jamaica and where we will be in the next couple of years? Nobody here planning to get up and leave? You think you can make a good future, a good life in Jamaica?
Well, I mean, it's up to us. We are the youth. So it's really up to us to kind of buy into that future. But I think what the government has not done so far, they haven't really, for example, university students, we haven't been bought into the idea so much. We're not feeling like we're a part of it.
Of Vision 2030.
Right, we're not feeling like, I think more needs to be done, more sensitization needs to be done, like universities feel like, yes, I am a part of this. This is something that I have to do. I think it's just being left in the open and you just hear the slogan. Because if you really, when I'm interacting with students on the campus and you talk to them, what's Vision 2030? Oh, they just know the slogan, live, work, raise families, do business.
But what does it mean for
What does
me?
it mean, right? They don't have that sense of, hey, this is my purpose here. This is what I need to do to push my country to Vision 2030. We're on the road to getting there, but I think we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
A really long way to go.
I really don't. We have 11 years left, and I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to
Achieve
achieve everything that we want to by 2030, but we can achieve it, and that's important. Having a goal, an idea of what you want Jamaica to be, is going to empower persons to try to reach that goal. Because young people really do want to see Jamaica thrive. I'm surrounded by so many persons who say every day, "I want to see Jamaica become better, and I want to be the reason for that change." So, I think
That's
we're well on our
inspiring.
way.
Yep.
Last word to you, sir.
Well, last word to me, I would like to say to people who are watching and viewers everywhere to be the change that they want to be, because it is ultimately we are the inheritance of this country's future and we are the important stakeholders to bear in mind. So be the change you want to be the movement that you want to be, start the process to be a real agent of change.
Amen. Good luck. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recent grad of Wilmer's Boys and former president of the Prefects Association, David Salmon, fourth-year mass communication student at NCU, Janelle Powell, and third-year hospitality and tourism management student at UTEC, Jeremy Anderson.
All right, up next, a young Jamaican motivating the youth across the world. Soon come.